Now Trending contains offensive and despicable content that is too controversial and too awesome for actual children. The stark, ugly, profound truths Now Trending exposes may be soul-crushing to the weak of spirit. If you allow your child to listen to this show, you're a bad parent or guardian.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Power on.
No one told you life was gonna be this way.
When it comes to one-year-old Mariah Cartavius, you are not.
Space, the final frontier. It's 5 years.
Welcome to Now Trending on 24/7 Miami. I am Siobhan. I am filling in, not feeling in for Joy, but filling in, who is taking a day to herself, which we all need to do from time to time. So, Joy, we hope you are having a relaxing day and enjoying your day off. We miss you. But joining me here in the studio is Chris Metal. Hey, Chris.
Hello, Siobhan.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well.
Excellent.
And we have Drew running the show here.
How you doing?
What's up, Droopy?
Hey.
And joining us, special guest, we have Angie.
Hi.
Who is still in my phone as Angie CSB.
Mine too.
No longer in CSB, but hey, whatever. Whatever makes you happy, Siobhan.
It's how I know it's you. So thanks for joining us. So anybody know what day it is?
Monday.
Monday. It is World Emoji Day.
Yay.
Kind of a hard subject to talk about on the radio.
Yeah.
But why it's World Emoji Day?
Why?
Why don't you pull out your iPhone and look at the little calendar emoji? What is the date on that? Well, it's July 17th. Oh my goodness. But you'll notice also on Android, on the Google keyboard, everybody's checking their phones right now. On Google keyboard, it's March 27th. It is on their little calendar emoji. But of Emoji Day liked the calendar emoji on the iPhone, and that's what he went with. So since 2014, it has been celebrated as an unofficial holiday, but it's kind of, you look around, you see a lot of people posting stuff. So anyway, let me ask you 2 questions for each of you. First of all, what emoji do you use most? And what is your favorite emoji? Because you might like something a lot, but you might not have the opportunity to use it very often.
I use a lot of emojis, so let me look that right now.
What about you, Chris? Do you have a favorite?
Besides the middle finger?
I think you probably like the rock on sign, yeah?
Yeah, I use that one a lot. We call them the horns.
Yeah.
And it's that I use that one a lot.
You used it the other day in our chat for something. What did you use it for?
Drew must have put a GIF or a GIF on there that I laughed hysterically at.
Yeah.
Instead of about a concert or something.
It was instead of the thumbs up, you put the rock horns there.
Absolutely.
Is that
that was my favorite? That's my default. Basically.
That's your favorite and most used?
I would have to say yes.
What about you, Drew?
The Spock hand.
Oh, nice.
Oh, geez.
And the thumbs up.
Very cool.
Angie, did you decide?
Yes, I used 3 different ones. I used the one that's like in shock, like, and then I used the one that's blowing a kiss, and I used the one with the little guy throwing his hands up.
You don't use a little.
So that's me.
You don't use a little poop.
No, only when it's necessary.
Okay.
I tend to use the hearts and the wink face a lot. I've noticed, which makes me feel very girly, I guess. I don't know. Lou, do you have a favorite, or any of our listeners have a favorite out there?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, by the way, you can catch our show, just on 247miami.tv, or you can catch us on, we're on Facebook Live. Yes, correct. Thank you. Lou is operating that. So you can catch us on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook at Now Trending 247, and also follow us on Twitter at Now Trending 247. So I did my show, my day by day podcast. Day by day. Yes, thank you.
By day.
Of course, I covered World Emoji Day, so let me go over some interesting facts. They're interesting to me, so if you're bored, don't tell me, because then you'll hurt my feelings.
Oh.
Okay, so the first set of emoji, and by the way, you could say emoji or emojis, both are correct in the plural form. The first set included 176 emojis based on expressions that were observed by that people make and other things in and around Japanese cities. But today, the iOS operating system has over 2,300 emoji. What? Did you know?
Confused face.
Confused face. Are you using the yellow guy or the white guy? Or
I like to say yellow. I'd like to be, kind of down the middle on that.
So any guesses what the most used emoji on Twitter is?
Smiley face.
I would say the middle finger.
No.
The poop?
Nope. Nope.
Not the poop?
Nope.
Sure it's not the poop.
Food. Something with food.
Nope.
You sure it's not the poop?
Nope. I'm 100% sure, Drew. You can stop saying poop.
Alcohol.
It is the... Huh?
The eggplant?
No, good guess. No, it is the tears of joy emoji.
Oh my.
Which our own Joy uses that one all the time.
Hi, Joy, if you're listening.
Yes, so she's helping.
I think she used the poop mostly.
I see her use the tears of joy emoji.
Yeah, I get
a lot.
that one a lot. If I check my text messages,
let me-
I'd see that.
Let me text her the tears of joy right now.
Just a bunch of those.
Yep. So like, I love you.
I wonder if she realizes that it's called the tears of joy.
Nope.
Do you remember the symbolism that was used before the emojis? It was the semicolon and the.
Those are called
parentheses.
emoticons.
Okay, but I mean, you had to use the actual symbols.
Yes, like
on the keyboard.
The parentheses and
the
colon and stuff
semicolon,
like that.
yeah.
So, and before that, do you remember wingdings on the
Wingdings.
Microsoft font?
Yes.
I used to use that a lot.
That just told us our age, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to go back the way back
Sure,
machine for a
sure.
second.
So that was the precursor to emojis and emoticons.
Interesting.
So just how emojis are used around the world. Arabic speakers use flowers and plants emojis at more than 4 times the average rate and use the sun and hot weather emoji 2/3 more often than other languages. This is so interesting.
That's kind of like not fair because they're in the hot zone.
They're just telling us what the weather's
They're like,
gonna be
hey,
like.
it's hot. Australian English speakers, do they speak another English or another language in Australia? I'm not aware of.
Yes.
Old
Yes,
English?
They speak,
I don't know, matey.
they speak mighty.
Well, Australian.
That's Australia. So they use the most drug associated emoji, 65% more than average, and alcohol and junk food related emoji at double the average rate. So yay, those Aussies. And then the friendly Canadian English speakers are the most violent in their emoji use, sending the gun, knife, punching fist, fire explosion, skull, and bomb at a rate 50% higher than average. Yeah. I thought the Canadians were so nice. And finally, Canadians also use twice as many raunchy humor emoji like the banana, raised fist, peach, and eggplant. So do you guys, have English or Canadian friends? I'm sure that they would share that with you in their conversations. So this has been very enlightening. I know you probably didn't know so much about emojis, but now you can share with your friends.
So this is every July 17th now?
Yes. So look forward to it.
All right.
Only 364 more days.
Yay!
But you could use one emoji a day and still not go through all the 2,300. Plus, they're going to be releasing more soon.
You know what? Someone's going to turn this into a drinking holiday.
I'm sure.
Either this year or next year or the year after. This is going to be like Cinco de Mayo or St. Patrick's Day, where people are going to go out and drink with those emoji necklaces and the crazy headgear. And I'm telling you, it's going to turn into a thing.
Emoji party.
Well,
Emoji.
there is the emoji movie coming out.
That's
soon.
true.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the 28th. And then there is another emoji movie, which hasn't even been created yet, but it's based on the eggplant emoji. And you can let your imagination go from there. It is what you think.
That's just,
Okay.
Does Seth Rogen be in it?
I don't know. Let's get through the first emoji movie, and then we'll see. Yes, Lou.
Tracy Calvino said,
Oh.
hi gang.
Hey, Tracy.
Glad to see Siobhan out of jury duty.
Oh, yes. I had jury duty this morning.
Nice.
It was very
Hi,
interesting. We can talk about that later, though. I'm still recovering.
Great to be dismissed.
Yes, let me tell you right now, it was kind of awesome what happened. the jury duty selection here in Florida is very different than what I experienced in New York. It was so different. We were all in this room, and they would call us by number in order to go to a courtroom and then go through the jury selection process. So my number didn't get called until like the 5th or 6th courtroom that was assigned. They called me, and as I was waiting for the court clerk to come, the whatever the proctor lady says, "Oh, those people I just called, your case has been dismissed and you can go home." I'm like, yes. So totally got out of it. It was so nice.
Awesome.
But that was after waiting around for 4 hours.
That's got to be a Broward thing, because in Miami they would send you back to the pool.
Well, they did, but they said, so technically you're back in the pool, but we have no more cases on the docket for today, so you can go home. So I did. I lucked out. That's why I'm here. So
Yay.
We are assigning stories today, and Drew, you were the first one up.
What?
What is your story for us?
Are you serious?
That's not right.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle your pages. All right, go for it.
Okay, my first story is regarding the Arizona flash floods.
Okay.
They're flash and they're flooding in Arizona.
Okay, this is serious now.
You. Okay, yes, sorry. Oh, wait, this isn't come out right.
Did you just print out the wrong story?
No, I didn't. It's just that it came out.
You're supposed to be the expert on this. That's why I assigned it to you.
You want to come back to Drew?
I don't know. Are you ready, Chris?
I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Chris Metal has
so
a
the guy
story
gets her
for
last
us.
is ready to go first.
What does that say, Drew?
I was really busy beforehand.
All right, go ahead, Chris.
My story is about the Afghan girls robotics team.
I turned that story down.
No, I'm surprised you did, because this is actually a really great story.
I know.
The Afghan girls robotics team competes after visa obstacles. Says their team shirts didn't say Afghanistan, and their name badges were handwritten, not typed, suggesting the last-minute nature of their entry into the United States. But the Afghan girls competing Monday in an international robotics competition in Washington were clearly excited to be representing their nation. The team of 6 teenage girls was twice rejected for U.S. visas before President Donald Trump intervened at the last minute. They arrived in Washington from their hometown of Herat, Afghanistan, early Saturday, and their ball-sorting robot competed in its first round Monday morning. It says here, quote, "We were so interested because we find a big chance to show the talent and ability of Afghans, show that Afghan women can make robots too," said Rodaba Nouri, I hope I'm saying that right, one of the team members. She acknowledged, though, that the team hadn't long or enough time to get ready for the competition. So they're going to be here and competing in robotic competitions, I would say, in the D.C. area, maybe all over the country as it goes on. But I'm really impressed by this.
I am too. I mean, first of all, they were denied entry, and then President Trump allowed them in.
Yep.
Which I think is great. Then for them to be coming from the part of the world they come from as females in a science-related field is pretty remarkable.
And they came with the equipment. It's already ready. You know, they didn't come here and build it. It was already built. It says the girls struggled to overcome war, hardship, and U.S. bureaucracy on the journey to the U.S. Capitol has made their team stand out among more than 150 competing in the first global challenge, a robotics competition designed to encourage youths to pursue careers in math and science. That's huge, because science and math seem to get the short end of the stick when it comes to education. It's like band, and like music is the first department to get cut when budget cuts come in. The first one they cut is music, then science.
And for females to pursue that is
that's huge.
Not very common.
No, but that's great. And this team of 6 is impressing a lot of people.
So they have a ball sorting robot. Any more information on that? Like,
I'll wait to hear this.
I'm kind of like, what? What is?
I was looking for like an explanation, but they really the story emphasizes the struggles to get here,
right,
more so than what they're using. But
I think just building the robot and actually having it have a function is the main point.
I think that's just pretty sweet, just especially when it's a group of women. And it reminds me of it's in the tip of my tongue, this movie.
I don't know.
It's with it's about like the women that she's like a mathematician, and they do like they start working with NASA.
Oh, Hidden Figures?
Hidden Figures. There you go.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. That reminds me of that movie. So like, I guess like it just builds up more spirits for other women to pursue careers, not just only in targets that we normally go for, which is, you know, being a, I'm sorry to put it this way, but being a household mom, or, you know, doing the easy stuff of just being like a teacher and anything like that, but just going and striving and doing, like going and striving on doing things when it comes to math and science. And yes, Chris is right that math and science does get the end of the stick of everything, because normally people want to do English, they want to do like literature, or they want to do sports, and they want to do the easy way. But that's awesome. I love that story.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is that in like a year or two, we should see a movie from Disney about this.
Yes,
I hope so. Come on, Disney, bring it.
I'd rather see, like, you know, there's something that happens in reality about the success of their hard work. You know, screw Disney. I'm on such a rant about Disney killing Star Wars that they would kill this too. So these girls are gonna make it without Mickey and the boys. So that's that. So
okay, let's.
That's for another show.
Thank you. Thank you for that awesome story, Chris. Drew, are you ready with yours now?
Yes, teacher. I'm ready for my homework. Yes. I'm ready.
Okay. Here's your second chance.
Oh goodness. Okay. So apparently, someone were killed in a flash flood in Arizona. Some of the 9 people that were reportedly died in the flash flood were at a swimming hole in central Arizona. It's part of an extended family. So I guess they were hanging out, and this flood just came through because of the rains. Keep in mind that not only with flash floods, you also get landslides, and that usually is a very bad deal.
Mm-hmm.
There were about 40 volunteers and 4 search dogs were searching for the missing people near the debris, near the swimming hole itself. Some of the search and rescue were already at the hole and before getting the call, so they were already there helping someone else out on something else, and then this happened.
Wow.
The Weather Service estimates up to 1.5 inches of rain fell over the area in an hour. An inch and a half doesn't sound like a lot, but when you multiply that by the number of a wide area, it becomes a lot of water.
Mm-hmm. Well, it happened in like a narrow canyon area, right?
Yes. In 2015, 7 people were killed in the Utah Zion National Park when they were trapped by a flash flood. So these floods can occur anytime you have a lot of water in a short amount of time.
Okay.
I think there's one that happened in California where they cut off a road, access to a road, I believe, the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Got cut off because of a landslide because of a lot of rain in a short amount of time.
Mm. So be careful out there.
Anytime you're anywhere, nature's going to get you, so you just have to keep an eye out.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
That reminds me of this personal story that my dad was telling me the other day. I have a family in Peru, and I think it was like a few months ago in Peru. They had a huge flood in Trujillo, where he was raised. And my aunts said during that time were in the middle of that flood, and they were stuck at a home, and it was like reaching up to the point that the house was pretty much getting destroyed by the mudslide and the flood. And he was telling me all like pretty much what was going on, and like, you know, in our TV, like, since, you know, he's Peruvian all the way, we were looking through the news, and like we can see all the destruction and just of everything it can come along with it. And
right, because it's not just the water. Even though it's coming really fast, you're talking about stuff in the water that
in the water itself. Yeah, you don't know what else is in there. There's rocks.
And now imagine you're standing in it.
Sharks. So it could be sharks.
They could be anywhere. They can literally be in it. There's some sharks that are
Sharknado.
There are some sharks that can survive in fresh water. So don't be
Absolutely
surprised.
terrible.
Another show, Chris.
It's coming on. It's coming out.
My story. This is a local story. Pembroke Pines police, or that's hard to say 3 times fast. Pembroke Pines police are searching for a 17-year-old girl who has been missing for over a month. Police said Kiara Lenine Pommels ran away from her group home and has not been seen since June 7th. Pommels stands between 5'6" and 5'10". That's quite a difference in height, but she has black and red hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a red shirt and black sweatpants. She also has tattoos on her chest. Police said she is known to frequent the areas of Miami Gardens and Liberty City. If you have any information on her whereabouts, contact police at 954-431-2200. Do any of you guys know her?
No.
Have not seen her, but keep your eye out for her. I've seen a few news reports talking about it. Drew, has your station talked about this that you remember?
This girl, no, they talked about the other one that the Amber Alert was issued for.
Yes. When I first saw this, I thought maybe it was related to that, but it's not. Do you have any update on the Amber Alert?
Yes, she was found and is in the process as of yesterday being returned to her grandmother.
And that was also local in Broward County, correct?
It was in the area. They're not really specific with it sometimes because they just want everyone to kind of keep an eye out.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, so yeah, if you have any information about this missing teen, like I said, contact the police department. Angie, you're up. What is your story for us?
All right. My story is that it's raining needles.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Ouch.
I know, right? Well, so far in a couple of locations here in our precious United States of America, America, there has been hidden and discarded needles around that's been hiding around the bushes, hiding around trails, even in the beaches. You know, pretty much drug dealers, when they use needles, you know, they do stuff to make them happy. So along of last year, there was in San Francisco, there was collected 13,000 syringes, and compared to from the year before, there was 2,900 that were collected. Oh no, I'm sorry, that were collected the same month of 2016. So there was more that added on to that. And kids have been getting poked by the needles, and you know, obviously parents want to be very careful on when kids are running around, or just you're just going out there in the beach getting suntanned and you're just getting struck by a needle. You don't know what that needle has and what disease it could bring, or you know, if it has any residue or any leftover when it comes to drugs,
the remnants of the drug. Yeah. You don't want to do that.
You know, and that just kind of reminds me, like, I remember this one time that I was taking my nephew out to the park, and my nephew found a syringe at the playground. It was like, you know, like under, you know, like in the playground, they have like that little spot where the sand is above the structure there, where they start playing and all that. So under there's that little space that they can go. There's that little space that they can go under and play with the other stuff that's going on there. And he found a syringe and he picked it up and he was just telling me, "What is this?" And I just told him, like, "Don't touch that. Give it to me and I'll go throw it away." So I immediately got scared. Like, I started looking at his hands, making sure he didn't get poked, because I already know what that could be. You know, just in the middle of the park, what is that doing there? But they're getting discarded. They're being discarded in a very improper way. So what do you guys think that could be done for that?
Well, I know a lot of cities, local organizations have a program where you can turn in used needles for clean needles, and you know, just throwing it away properly. A lot of like Quest Diagnostics and other places like that have places where you can discard used syringes and other medical devices safely. Chris, you're looking like you're really into this.
I'm in agreement, but like, you know, I was thinking, like, you know, people walking along the beach, they're most likely barefoot. And you know, you just get stabbed with it and it could get in the water and you don't see it. You know, when I was growing up, Narragansett Bay up in New England, we had a campaign called Save the Bay because it had become contaminated. I don't remember exactly when, right around between the 80s and 90s, right around 89, 90. And there was syringes in the water, the plastic latex gloves and all sorts of things like that. So it was a massive effort to clean everything up. And this might be like an intentional form of whatever that people doing it just to intentionally harm people. You know, this isn't a result of just littering.
Of just being careless.
Being careless. I was just going to say that. Yeah. So this is huge because, you know, I go to the beach quite a bit and I'm barefoot on my way into the water and on the way out. The rest of the time I got my flip-flops on. That's the way it is because the sand is ridiculously hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's lava.
I don't even think about that, and I walk barefoot on the beach, and you know, kind of like in the afterthought, of course, I'm like, oh, that could have been really dangerous.
Right. It's like walking. You know, if you see a bottle, you see broken glass, so you know to, like, you know, steer clear of it. You might be able to see this from far away, or you might not. So you have to be careful because syringes are no joke.
Right. True.
You know?
Yeah. You don't want to step on.
No,
that would not be good. Anything else, Angie? Anything to add to that? Where are they finding most of these syringes?
Mostly where they're finding this is in Manchester. Well, the biggest location is New Hampshire. It's one of the largest cities that they have collected 570 needles in 2006. The first year it began tracking the problem, and they found 247 needles so far this year.
Just this year?
Just this year.
Wow.
So and they've been turning up in many places, parks, baseball diamonds, trails, and beaches, isolated spots where drug users go just to do what they got to do.
And that's a small state, so
exactly. So so in San Francisco, San Francisco also has been found a lot. In Maine as well. So it's, and in California, yeah, pretty much like it's appearing in several parts. And I'm sorry, my computer's running low. It's running low. One is in Massachusetts, because in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, they're the two states where many overdose deaths have happened in the recent years.
Wow.
So there's accumulating a lot of syringes, a lot of needles, and a lot of what's going on there. So.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, so we have a few minutes before I have to go to break. So I'm going to ask you, Angie, first of all, to tell us about your blog.
Okay, so I have a blog. It's a fashion blog. It's called Dirty Laundry. It's on 247miami.tv. And on Dirty Laundry, what I talk about is fashion. And this week, starting Thursday to Sunday, is swim week. So Miami Beach is going to be filled with tents, with designers. So there's a couple of celebrities that'll be showing up as well. I will be turning up in on Thursday for Function Fashion Week, Function Fashion show that they're going to be having. So I just got my credentials.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited.
Sweet.
So I'll be taking pictures. I'll be, going on Facebook Live. I'll be, I reopened my Dirty Laundry Twitter. So I'll be doing a couple of tweets there and on Instagram as well. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Awesome.
What's your Dirty Laundry Twitter address?
At It's Dirty Laundry.
Okay. I got a few job notifications for swim week, but they were only looking for males who were willing to go shirtless in board shorts. And I was
man.
I'll go,
just
but they're not gonna like it.
just about to send the job to you, Chris and Drew,
I'll go, they're not gonna like it.
Not if you wanted to succeed.
All right. Great. We will make sure we link up with you on our Twitter feed, which is Now Trending 247.
Yes, definitely.
Yay.
And Chris, tell us about your show. What you got going on?
This Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, the Chris Metal Radio Show, powered by Skyhawk. And you can go to chrismetalradio.com, click the Listen Live button, tune into the greatest metal show in the cosmos. And I'm making radio great again.
You're making radio great again. Okay.
Right.
Did you notice we didn't talk about any Trump stories in this first
Good.
segment? Woo! What? Is that a record?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. I think we're ready to go to break. Are you ready over there, Drew? I hear music playing, but I can't tell for sure.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Are you queuing up music, or are you just playing music for fun over there?
Yes.
Yes. What's it?
What are you really doing over there, Drew?
The song should have been picked already, Drew.
It was, but certain changes were made to the music, so
Last minute changes,
Yeah.
licensing deals,
Something
and
like
such. All right. So
so
all
it's
right.
gonna be what it's gonna be.
All right. Well, with that, let's take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes on Now Trending on 247miami.tv.
Okay.
The views and opinions expressed on Now Trending are those of hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like
Simple Jack
and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv.
We talk about sports.
And other things.
Like what? W eating chips.
I can't put these chips down.
247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from
4 to 6
on 247miami.tv.
Hello, boys! I
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
It's now trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Siobhan, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day. By day.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
Out trending every Monday from
4 to 6
on 247miami.tv.
This is Chris Metal here for Now Trending, coolest show on 247miami.tv. Join us every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Joey Canizero, your host, Drew Dawkins, Siobhan, and Chris Metal. Every Monday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern on 247miami.tv.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
And we are back to Now Trending 24/7 on 247miami.tv. Thanks for joining us.
Did you say we're back to 24/7 Miami.tv?
No, I said we're back Now Trending on 247miami.tv.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Okay, you're playing some.
Listen up, Drew.
You're playing some smooth grooves over there.
Smooth jazz.
I thought we had like all this fun new music
R&B.
picked out.
We did.
What happened?
Lewis.
What happened, Lewis?
What happened, Lou? Lou says he doesn't know.
Everybody's like, I don't know.
Lou says this happens everywhere he goes.
I used to play instrumentals.
Yeah, we had like some sweet 8-bit stuff.
If we talk over it, then it's okay.
Yeah, but you didn't hear this 8-bit. Like, what was it? Who was it?
Billie Jean.
It was everything.
Well, no. Before that, what was the first one we played?
Aerosmith.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty cool.
I mean, why would you not play Aerosmith?
Yeah, come on, Drew, get on.
Come on, Drew.
You want to hear the 8-bit? Trust me, you don't want to hear it.
I don't care. It's Aerosmith.
Okay.
We'll try to get that for you.
Okay. No, it's good.
I want to hear it.
It's good. You're gonna hear it all right.
Oh no.
Okay, so I'm going to promote my show now since everybody else got a chance.
What show do you have?
I have a podcast called Day by Day.
By day.
It's coming. You can catch a new episode every Sunday on 24/7 Miami. Every Sunday at 4. I'm also on iTunes
4
and
to 6.
SoundCloud. What?
That's my impression of Angie. 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry, Lewis.
well,
4 to 6.
My
4 to 6.
podcast is not from 4 to 6. That would be this show that you're listening to now. It's 4 to 6. Get it right, Drew.
Come on, man.
Give me the word.
Anyway, so that's that. And you can hear more facts about World Emoji Day on there. Woo. Anyway.
Oh boy.
You're not impressed with World Emoji Day?
I'm impressed that everything's becoming a day on the calendar.
Oh.
I'm not impressed. I'm not sickened or disgusted, but I'm like, can't we focus on like, something more productive day or something?
Well, I don't
This
talk
is-
about the days that are stupid.
No, but you know, we've always, every time we have a show, there's always something happening that day.
Well, there is something
You
every
know?
single day.
It's
By day.
by day.
But I will
Just an
tell you,
observation. That's all.
I will tell you, July is actually kind of a slow month for holidays and observances, which is why my podcast has been very short for the month of July.
But the one we have is massive. Being the
Massive by day.
Being
July 4th, yes. But then after that, there's not a whole lot.
No, that's why they come up with World Emoji Day. And
Yeah,
things like that.
exactly.
Well, you know.
We should have another
if we can reverse back for from yesterday. Yesterday was National Ice Cream Day.
Yes, it was. I got my free ice cream cone. What? Did you get
I
one?
did not hear
Yes.
about this.
At McDonald's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went today.
Yes.
No free ice cream today.
I went to McDonald's and I also went to another ice cream place. It's called Morita. It's called Morita, I think. And they had these little popsicles. So they would give it to you for free, and also it came with a chocolate dipping.
Ooh.
So it was pretty.
I didn't know about that one.
7-Eleven, I think National Slurpee Day.
That was 7-Eleven.
And I believe was this year the 50th anniversary of the Slurpee.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Something. Yeah.
So, but I didn't see any balloons or those
no.
waving arm things.
And it
in front of
actually, I went by a couple
We
of
gotta get one.
7-Elevens on 7-Eleven Day, and they were not as crowded as I thought they would be. But they were giving away free small size Slurpees, which they
Are
do
you serious?
every
Very.
7-Eleven, every July 11th. So plan ahead.
That's a great marketing tool. It really is. And they were a sponsor for a long time. I think they still are for the Chicago White Sox because they start their games, their home games, during
At
the week.
7-Eleven?
7-Eleven.
Oh, I didn't.
That's
know
pretty
that.
cool. Yep.
I'll have to remember that next time.
All right.
Also, yesterday, as Angie and I mentioned, you were able to get a free ice cream cone from McDonald's. That was the first time McDonald's participated in National Ice Cream Day.
But you had to have the app.
No, I walked in there and said, "Are you doing the free ice cream cones?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "I want one." He said, "Here," and that was that.
What?
I didn't have to buy anything, right?
Are you serious?
Nice.
Well, with me, they just mistaken me with a 12-year-old. So
Ooh.
that's fine. He's like, "Would you like some ice cream?" Yes, here you go.
Oh my God. And the guy in the
Take one
white
to your
van with
mommy
no
too.
windows on it?
I'm 23. Doesn't matter. Just take one to your mommy.
You got two?
Yeah.
Why don't you welcome back to my little van here? Come here, little girl.
Well, I got one.
I got puppies.
I got my
cream.
free
Look at
ice
my
cream. I got my free ice cream cone at the McDonald's on Hollywood Boulevard. And as I was driving home, I thought I could stop at another McDonald's and get another one. And I was like, no, that's overdoing it.
Greedy.
But to tell you that Baskin Robbins actually didn't participate. They had their giveaway a few days before, which doesn't make any sense to me.
What was their big promotion?
They were promoting a new flavor.
What was it?
They were giving samples of their new flavor.
Do you know what it was?
I don't remember.
No.
I missed it because it was like 2 days before the
What
thing,
was it?
so it was
Tell
kind
the
of
truth.
besides the point. You know?
Do you think the National Ice Cream Day would have been the better day to pitch that free sample of the new
Exactly.
one?
But I'll tell you, July is National Ice Cream Month, so you can celebrate all month long.
Because I'll tell you what, if you want to compete, I would go to Baskin Robbins before I would go to McDonald's for an ice
Yeah.
cream cone.
No.
And
Ben and Jerry's.
They didn't do
Well,
anything
that
though.
too, but I would go to a place that has incredible ice cream. They're more famous.
Ben and Jerry's did nothing.
Wouldn't it be better to do it after
But it's voluntary. They don't have to
No,
participate.
they don't have to, but they
So
didn't.
how about Kilwins? Do you know if Kilwins was in?
Then you know
No.
what? I'm gonna go
No.
to
Carvel's was,
I love Carvel.
but theirs was buy one get one, and all proceeds went to save the whales.
And they had a whale cake and
Save
cookie
Fudgy
puss.
the whale. Yes.
And a cookie puss too.
Do they have? They have a few Carvels down here, but not as many as like up back in.
They got one in my
the
house.
north.
There's one in my house.
All right, let's get to important matters.
Oh, that
I
was
know, we
important
could-
because I missed
It was
it.
very
We
important.
could talk about ice cream all day long.
Good.
I love ice cream. It's one of my downfalls. That and coffee.
And
That
what you
reminds
getting
me,
for
I'm
Christmas?
gonna go check Publix because Publix they had that special. You buy one, you get the other for free.
Nice.
The Ben and Jerry's.
Yes.
And what you getting for Christmas?
Oh,
I think
and
they'll have the
Wendy's.
sale by then.
Wendy's has their 50-cent Frosties through
All
August.
summer.
Yeah,
Frosties was.
but I get them for free. So. Anyway,
Really?
Yeah.
Are you
I have the
serious?
little Wendy's Frosty card, and I
Do you have
get
enough
free
for everybody
Frosties.
here?
You can only get one per visit, so we'll pass the card around.
Do you have any more cards?
No, it's a little. It's like a key fob thing.
Ah.
for your
But they're
keychain.
the really little cups, though.
Yeah.
All right.
But you're gonna complain? It's
No,
free
absolutely
Frosty.
not.
What I do, I'll tell you what I do. I get one of those in vanilla and then buy a soda and go home and make my own float. It's perfect.
That's a good idea.
All right. So, in serious news now.
Oh my God, you're gonna kill us now.
I know. Sorry. Bring the party down. A 16-year-old boy today has denied carrying out attacks against 6 people in 72 minutes across Hackney, Islington, and Shoreditch, which is in England, guys. The last Thursday, he appeared in court today. The charges come after a moped rider and an accomplice squirted acid at victims before stealing their bikes. The boy, who cannot be named for legal reasons, was charged with 13 offenses in connection to the attacks in Northeast London. Police initially said 5 men were targeted, but Stratford Youth Court heard there were actually 6 victims, including one who could lose his eyesight in one of his eyes. The teen was charged 2 counts of robbery, 4 counts of attempted robbery, 1 count of possession of an item to discharge noxious substance, 5 counts of attempted gross bodily harm with intent, and 1 count of wounding with intent. Geez, this kid has really messed up his life. He also has been charged with another robbery in June and 1 count of handling stolen goods. He has denied all 15 of the alleged offenses. Prosecutors said these are very serious attacks on moped and motorcycle riders. All these offenses took place last week in a very short time period of approximately 2 hours. The number of reported attacks with corrosive liquids in London rose from 261 in 2015 to 454 last year in 2016. Meanwhile, the government has announced it will outline a new strategy on combating acid attacks in the Commons on Monday. One of the proposals will be to ensure acid and other corrosive substances can be classed as dangerous weapons, which under the Prevention of Crime Act carries a 4-year maximum penalty. However, officials are considering a stricter sentence of life in prison. So, first of all, did you realize that this was such a thing in London or in Great Britain at all? Like acid attacks. I had not heard that this was such a huge crime that was happening on a regular basis.
I guess ramming people with trucks and then coming out with knives is getting boring now, because now they're going to do drive-by acid attacks.
But this seems like it's mostly kids taking part in these.
Whoa.
I mean, evil knows no age.
No, but
stupidity knows no age.
Well, I think it's more of an evil than anything else, because I'm looking at a picture of a beautiful young woman on 21st birthday, before and after, and the after is unfortunate. And all she's doing is walking down the street.
Is that, this is probably another one. There was one where I was reading, she was attacked with acid 4 years ago. In her own home, she opened the door to someone who rang her doorbell, and they threw acid on her.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
No, this was in Beckton in East London on June 21st.
So that was this year.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, did any of you guys have any idea that this was such a thing that was happening?
No, and not until you mentioned it earlier to me today. It was just like, wait, what? Like,
and these are things that are easily obtainable at Lowe's, at Home Depot, Walmart, Target, everywhere. You can buy these chemicals, and people know how to mix them together to produce a deadly gas, or in this case, acid. And it's just like the other attacks that people don't see it coming, and it's a one-on-one kind of thing. You're never going to see a straight up fight with these people. They're never going to march into the city streets ready to go. They're just going to sneak attack everybody.
I mean, I guess it's just just me thinking of other people and how just I guess myself, like I have a conscience. So like even if I skip a day of work or skip a day of school, like I feel like the worst person on earth. I don't know. I guess that's just me. But it's just me thinking about that. Like you're gonna attack, like you're hurting someone physically, and eventually it's gonna hit them emotionally. It's like it's crazy. Like I can't even come up with words of how to explain how horrible that is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're a clear thinking individual. These people
like,
who are doing this are not
you
thinking of the consequences.
It's like, what are you thinking? Like, what is it that's going through your minds that you do that to another person?
I don't think that anyone's thinking rationally at that point, and you're definitely not thinking long term.
Yeah,
because
you're not thinking of others.
Exactly, but what you do cannot be undone, and so you have to be very cautious with your actions. And these people, maybe they don't care.
Yeah,
but they're trying to get their thing out, where they're doing things to kill the people that don't believe or don't agree with them. Which I think is terrible.
Yeah, and since you mentioned like that little kids take part of it as well.
Yeah.
Like I start thinking about like I have nieces and nephews. You know, I have well, like yesterday I had my boyfriend's niece around, and she's a little baby, and I'm just like, I don't want anything like I try to protect her as much as I can. I become like that huge tent. I'm like, just cover her and make sure she's okay and she's safe. But that just hits me, So
Best thing she can do is do her best in school and in life, so you don't fall into that trap, because kids these days are very easily impressionable with this crazy stuff going on the internet, and where they get all their entertainment from, which is whatever device they happen to be holding. And kids can learn the bad things from YouTube. They can watch these horrible things, and you can get self-radicalized, and you can just go down some really dangerous paths with all this accessibility. And this, I pin a lot of this on the parents. But in the end, the kids have to be conscious of what they're doing. Thank God we didn't have this stuff when we were growing up. Anybody who's in my age group.
Well, I'm sure our age group took part in other stupid behaviors.
Oh, trust me, big time. But we didn't. We weren't guided by handheld computers and portable television devices like these cell phones are.
So speaking of people who have made bad decisions, Drew, you have a story for us.
Yes, I do.
Okay. But okay, you're gonna like this.
Okay, so O.J. Simpson, the former football star, TV pitchman, and now Nevada prison inmate number 1027820. I should write the number down, put it in the lotto. That's probably a good number. has a lot going for him when he comes up for parole. I believe his parole hearing is this Thursday. He's going to go up. It's a teleconference, so he'll be sitting where he's sitting, and then a couple hours away, the state board will be sitting where they're sitting. 4 state patrol commissioners will be in the interviewing process, and 2 others will kind of listen in. They'll have to parole. Oh no, that's wrong pitch.
What?
Nevada has about. I'm sorry.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? They will consider his age. They will consider his conviction for if it was a violent crime, which what he's currently serving is. They will consider his prior criminal history, which technically he has none.
Technically
has none. And plans after released, after he releases, what he's going to do, where he's going to go, that kind of thing.
What are his plans after he's released?
He didn't share them with me, unfortunately.
Oh.
So I can't say for certain.
Jailhouse interview.
But I would assume he'll probably hang out with his kids most likely, since he has no money. And
will he be returning to Florida?
I believe if his kids live here, I believe so. I don't see why he wouldn't.
All right, something to look forward to.
Remember, sometimes inmates can't leave the state, so it depends on the circumstance. Nevada currently has about 13,500 inmates. The governor-appointed parole board averages about 8,300 a year, well, for the past 4 years, rather. And they have a parole rate of about 82%. So if he kept his nose clean while he's in there and has good plans, and there's a good chance he could get out.
Okay, remind us again, why is he in prison right now?
Oh, well, he's in prison for armed robbery. Oops, excuse me, hang on a second, right here. And for taking him and 4 other guys went to a hotel room to retrieve stolen, quote-unquote, stolen memorabilia from him, which he really didn't have. But he did it with a weapon, which is another problem.
This was in Las Vegas, correct? Okay.
Armed robbery and assault with a weapon. Plus, there was some kidnapping thing in there because he held like people. Kidnapping also means you hold someone in the room and you not let them out.
Right.
Just so those things, and the 2 other guys that he was with pled out on plea bargains, and 1 guy who was charged with him got 27 months I think probation. So he's took the brunt of it, and he's where he is now. I think he's got to serve 7 years, and he's out for parole now.
He's been in prison for 7 years?
I believe. So.
Has it really been that long? It's gone so fast.
Man.
Without O.J. Simpson in public life.
He was convicted in 2008.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So it's been a while.
Wow. I was just about to say, I'm like, damn, like that he's been in there for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember that. Like, yeah.
Well, stupid is stupid does. He shouldn't have, he's stupid.
So any guesses on how you think this parole hearing will go for him?
Barring him going insane between now and then, I think he'll probably get out.
Chris, do you want to weigh in on this? You don't really care.
It's just one of those things, It's
one of those things.
Maybe he'll write a book this time about, if he had done this is how he would have done the robbery.
I remember that being spoken about the last time.
Yeah. Didn't he actually write that book?
I believe he did, but
Yes.
I don't think any publishing company picked it up.
Oh, okay.
No, someone was going to with this. I don't think so.
But then, karma has its way of coming back into his life.
It was
and-
more stupidity because
I mean, you can't hold people hostage in a hotel, first
you
of
can't
all.
point a gun at people and say, "Give me my stuff."
And you can't hold people hostage in a hotel, which I believe was one of the charges.
Right.
Just to get your memorabilia back, a signed ball, the MVP trophy, or the
Go buy a new ball.
the one in
Heisman
college,
trophy?
the Heisman, stuff
Go-
like that.
Go to
Get a new
Walmart.
ball and sign it.
Exactly. Go to Walmart. Grab
It is his autograph. You have a good point there.
Just get a random ball and
Ridiculous.
sign it.
But he's always gonna look over his shoulder wherever he goes.
Yeah.
So-
Or he can come up with or they can do another documentary. I liked watching his documentaries. So
Hey, I actually ran to him in the airport once, literally. No, I'm just kidding. We were flying home at Fort Lauderdale, and I was waiting with my then girlfriend. And so then we hear this commotion from the other one of the gates, and we look over, and there's the stewardesses are pulling this guy out of the way, and it was him.
Was this before or after Nicole Brown?
This is after, and
Okay.
he kind of nodded to me, and because he had a drink, and they went him to take his drink on. That's what it was. So he nodded to me, and I nodded back to him. I said, "Hey, it's OJ." And
I did that with Warren Sapp at MIA.
Yeah,
I didn't say what's up. I said, "What's up, Warren?"
Well, we were far. We were
Kept
far
on
away.
walking.
So when if I would talk to him, I had to scream and talk to him. He was that far away. But he drank. He took a big swallow of his drink and he put the glass down and walked on the plane.
And your reaction was,
Hey, it's OJ.
oh, that would have been more
Oh my
like,
God.
it's OJ. Yeah.
Well, at the time, this is a long time ago. So
You
he was still
were-
he was
you
still
were-
innocent back then.
You were starstruck.
Yeah, it's OJ.
Yeah, he
Hey, I
was.
can see
He
you on
was.
TV.
He was pretty iconic before he had his downfall.
Yeah, once the stuff in the trial got out, then it was like, oh,
Mhm.
oh.
All right. So moving on, more than 7 million Venezuelans voted to reject President Nicolas Maduro's plans to rewrite the country's constitution, according to opposition leaders who also promised a 0 hour of national protest. Julio Borges, who leads the opposition-controlled legislature, said that Venezuela stood up with dignity. Borges said over 7 million votes were cast in the informal referendum intended to delegitimize Maduro, who has been the target of months of street rallies in which nearly 100 people have died, including one death yesterday in Sunday's referendum, which this was a 61-year-old woman who was killed and 4 people wounded in shooting that erupted after government supporters on motorcycles swarmed an opposition polling site in a church in the traditionally pro-government Katia neighborhood of Western Caracas. And I know that that several fights broke out in the voting here in South Florida. Among those voting Sunday were at least 93,000 Venezuelans in the state of Florida. Did you guys see any of these voting? I didn't know this happened until I saw the news last night, but I had no idea that so many, I had no idea. First of all, that Venezuelans were able to vote outside of their country.
I knew that because they did last time.
But this is an informal vote. It's not, really, it's an opposition.
I didn't know.
But this is an historic.
It is.
A vote, an election, because he wants to rewrite the Constitution.
Mhm.
And I believe that's what Chavez wanted to do when he wanted to make it so he could rule his entire life.
Mhm.
And you really can't mess with how things are written out. You just have to. He's what's the word? He's impeding their progress as a culture,
Right.
as a civilization,
Mhm.
and they're not able to progress.
Sending them in the wrong direction.
And you have your own military up against the citizens, and that's very disturbing. Imagine walking the streets here, and we have military vehicles and armed
Mhm.
soldiers pointing the guns at us, telling us to go home,
Mhm.
don't speak out, and things like that. It's very scary, and that's socialism, and that's what people almost got if Bernie Sanders had won the election.
We found the
we would have.
political point to talk about today.
That's what the kids don't understand. They said socialism, they want everything for free, but this is what happens. You get this incredible downturn of society. It's
Mhm.
brutal. You know?
I have several friends who have left Venezuela because of all the
Thank
violence.
God they got out.
Yes. While the vote has no legal impact because it was not sanctioned by the government, the opposition regards it as important, as you just mentioned, Chris. It's a symbolic vote to condemn Maduro's plan to convene a special assembly that would rewrite the country's 1999 constitution. The next round of opposition tactics, which are said to be announced today, could include lengthy road blockades and sit-ins, a national strike, or possibly even a march on the presidential palace. Yeah, so we will stay tuned to see how this unfolds. Hopefully there's no more violence that breaks out and it stays peaceful for the most part. And I hope the people get what they want and what they deserve and that the country goes in the direction that it should go.
Yeah.
But it seems like they still have kind of a long road ahead of them. So, yes, anything to add to that?
I can't imagine having to stand in line for toothpaste or, there's an old, I saw a meme on Facebook, which was disturbing, but true. And it showed some bread on a shelf in a bakery and it said, in America, bread waits for you. And you play that back in your head a few times and you have to stand in line for bread. I mean, we go get bread on our lunch break.
Right.
And it's got cheese and it's all stuff in the middle and meat and everything. These people stand in line for days to maybe get something to eat. And it should not be that way. It's 2017. Venezuela was a beautiful country at one time, if you go back in their history. And they're an oil-rich nation, for God's sake. And nothing is going right for the citizens. And this leader and the one before him are absolutely bad for that culture. I feel terrible for them.
Yeah. No, I know my friends who were able to get out of the country are very, very, very happy that they were able to do so and living a life, even if it's in Philadelphia.
They're kissing the ground.
They are very happy not to be in Venezuela anymore. And I know my friend, one of them in particular, when she talks about home, she gets very choked up. So, yes. All right. So before we go to break, actually, Lou, can you grab a mic and tell us about the Saturday events with Captain Bogey for the Few Show? You do this so much better than I do with the Few Show.
Yeah, this Saturday we have the Few Show. With,
no, you have to do the Few, however you do that.
I don't do it. They do it.
Oh, you do it much better than I do.
The Few Show.
There you go.
Thanks for killing my level. I appreciate that.
It's worth it, Drew. It's worth it. Okay, go ahead.
And on that show, we have Captain Bogey. Last week we had a show with.
You just turned off his mic.
And then we had.
Go ahead, Lewis. No more interruptions. Don't hit the mics off.
Don't worry, we're not live. Oh, wait a minute.
No.
Are you serious?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So on this last Saturday, we had a show with Rodolfo Roman. He's a host of a Roman show. He was a guest on our show with Captain Bogey. He was talking about all the different things that he has experienced interviewing wrestlers. Same thing as kind of like what we do, but he's had other bigger names. So we have a new friend now on the Few Show. But this Saturday coming up, we're going to have this Saturday.
Saturday,
live. This Saturday we're going to have Dynamite Dee Dee as a guest. She's one of the local and also seen throughout Florida, the whole state. Central Florida, South Florida, and WWE and and Impact Wrestling. We have seen her in the background there, but yeah, she's Dynamite Dee Dee. She's one of the wrestlers that will be a guest this Saturday at 2 p.m. with Captain Bogey, and I'll be there, and so will Jay Few, and so will the Few Kids. Everyone loves the Few Kids.
The Few Kids on the block.
The Few Kids. No. The Few Kids, by the way, Geomaster, D Nightmare, and Bree Bree.
Okay.
So yeah, so they do like a pre-show before their show. So I'm trying to figure out a way how we can have a now trending pre-show with little kids here.
See, you did that so much better than I did. I could have.
So again, that's this Saturday. Saturday. You'll see a link on our 24/7 Facebook page, and it's the Few Show with Captain Bogey, and all of us. And this week's guest will be Dynamite Dee Dee.
Dynamite Dee Dee. All right. All right, and with that, Drew has an itchy trigger finger there to hit the mic button, so we're going to let him take us to break right now, and we'll be back to talk some sportsing after this. All right.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like
Simple Jack
and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv.
We talk about sports.
And other things.
Like what? W eating chips.
I can't put these chips down.
247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from
4 to 6.
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
It's now trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Siobhan, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day. By day.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
Now trending every Monday from
4 to 6.
on 247miami.tv.
This is Chris Metal here for Now Trending, coolest show on 247miami.tv. Join us every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Joey Canizero, your host, Drew Dawkins, Siobhan, and Chris Metal. Every Monday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern on 247miami.tv.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
Welcome back to Now Trending on 247miami.tv. We have some sports topics to talk about. Do we have the mayor on the phone yet?
We have the mayor.
All right, we'll take it away, Chris Metal and Mayor.
Mayor, how you doing out there, my friend?
What's good? What's the deal? What's happening?
Oh, man, what a beautiful week in sports, week in baseball we had. We're going to kick it off with the home run derby and then touch on the All-Star game. If you could give me your take on the All-Star game.
Yeah, man. I mean, the home run derby kind of went as everybody expected. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Judge and the Yankees and Miguel Sano in the final. I think we had Miguel Sano. We was talking about him. We brought his name up, brought Aaron Judge's name up. So it was pretty well off the course, man. But it was good, man. I think the new way that they have it with the timing, I think that puts a lot of pressure on you. And you're going to do what you're going to do. Justin Bauer even showed up in the first round against Aaron Judge. I think that was the best one of the night. You know what I mean? He went home run for home run, and he just got edged out. So, again, man, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But
I think
the game, I think – go ahead, I'm sorry.
I think we also called Giancarlo Stanton out in the first round.
Yeah. You know how that goes, man. You know, it's a lot of pressure on you to do that, man, especially in your home field to show up. And, you know, there's a lot of things going on with that. I like how Bryce Harper represented for Jose Fernandez, though. I was looking for that. You know what I mean? I like how he represented with the cleats and all that. So that was a good look. But, yeah, man, the game was, you know, the All-Star game is always, man, you know, unless you get a surprise that, you know, that somebody's backs are going to show up, it's always more about the pitching than the hitting, regardless of how your lineup is stacked up. And it went pretty much par for course, man. And Yadier Molina tied it up with a home run, and Robinson Cano broke the tie in the 10th inning.
Yep.
American League wins again. You know, and again, you know, it's not for nothing, but, you know, American League gets to talk some trash for the rest of the year, I guess.
I'm glad that every player got to play. And it's a shame to be voted into the All-Star game and then you don't even get a chance, or you just come in for like basically 1 or 2 outs or something like that. It went extra innings, so more people got to play, and that was the good part of the All-Star game.
Right. As opposed to a few years ago, if you remember, you know, when the game ended in a tie,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And they was talking about, well, they should have had, you know, they should have expanded the rosters or whatever. It does work. You know what I mean? With the regular rosters, if you know what the hell you're doing, it does work. Shout out to Joe Torre, you know what I mean? And shout out to Bob Brenly. But if you know what you're doing, you know, the All-Star game could be good, and it works.
Right.
And you got extra innings too. So what's your excuse?
Exactly. So the New York Yankees, you know, getting back into it, they had a 4-game series at Fenway, and they split it 2-2. They won the middle 2 games rather impressively. They let the first one go away, and last night David Price was untouchable.
I mean, you know, David Price usually shows up, you know what I mean? And the Yankees usually get theirs against David Price, too. So last night was basically just David Price's turn. I think the Yankees right now, it's crucial right now, man. You know, Aaron Judge is not getting off to that, you know, that start, you know what I mean? Talk about that home run derby thing and all that again. But I think that the Yankees right now are kind of focusing on what they're going to do at the trade deadline. That's coming up in a couple of weeks here. And we got to make a move.
They got to pick up a starting pitcher.
Out for the year.
Yeah, he's down. And he's probably out next season, too. So.
Yeah. So, again, we got to make a move. The Cubs went and got Quintana from the White Sox. You know, the Yankees might be trying to, you know, be in the mix with Sonny Gray from Oakland. I think he needs to change the scenery. I like Sonny Gray personally. You know
he's a great pitcher.
I think he's nice.
Yeah, he's great.
For Oakland, yeah. You know what I mean?
And
so the Yankees have to do something. They have to make a move. If they want to win this year, Chris, I'm in the building with my man Chris Meadow, now trending, doing what we do. Yeah, man, if the Yankees have any shot and they think they want to make a move this year, they're going to have to definitely do something at the trade deadline. There's no question about it. They got their eye on trying to get David Robinson back from the White Sox and the kid Tom Frazier.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Frazier. And I can see them bouncing Headley out of there.
Yeah, you know, if they could get their hands on somebody like Tom Frazier, who's from the area, you know what I mean, and a Little League World Series hero, playing third base for the Yankees, I think that would be the move. They should have made that move a couple of years ago, try to snatch him when he was in Cincinnati.
Right.
But, you know, it is what it is. But I think, yeah, we got to make a move, Chris Meadow. We got to, man. Got to.
It's make or break at this point. They got to win these series. Yeah. I think they're playing Minnesota now, this current series coming up, and you know, it's one of those things. They're 4 games over 500. At one point, they were 15. You know, one pitcher goes down, another one goes down. Sabathia went down, and then things kind of took a downturn from there.
Yeah. Yep. And I remember, if you remember at the beginning of the season, Gary Sanchez got hurt the first series in Baltimore.
Right.
It was like, oh, man, here we go. And then everything kind of went okay for about a month, maybe 2 months, Chris.
Yeah.
And then now it's starting to see reality start to, you know, because Didi Gregorius was hurt, Starling Castro got hurt. You know what I mean? So we're dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. So, again, like I said at the beginning of the season, man, I didn't really expect too much out of the Yankees. I was keeping 1,000 with you. I thought we was going to finish in 3rd place, you know what I mean? But next year is when I thought the Yankees are going to really get their thing on. But, again, it's good to show that they can do some things now. I'm proud of what I'm seeing. I'm not mad at it. Don't get it twisted.
No, they're in the right direction. They just need to work a little harder. The pitching needs to come along, and that 16-inning game over the weekend was outstanding. That pitching was stellar, and they need more of that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely we need more, you know, pitching that can kind of like take some of the pressure off of the Yankees offense and having to score a bunch of runs. You know, if we got a guy like Tanaka out there giving up a home run to every other batter he faces, you know what I'm saying? So that's not helping, you know, and then, you know, we can't really rely too much on the back end of the rotation because those guys are, you know, they're rookies. They're new to this. You know, CC Sabathia is doing as much as he can. You know what I mean? So, again, at the end of the day, Brian Cashman, the GM of the Yankees, has to go out and go get something. might have to go out and get 2 somethings.
Yeah, he's going to be burning the midnight oil for sure between now and the 31st, because the Yankees need maybe 2 pitchers and 1 or 2 guys, for the field, and they're going to be in good shape. They got it locked in almost everywhere else,
Yeah, I mean, if we could stack somebody, somebody that we could throw into the rotation that's ready to go right now, that'd be a good look. I would be okay with that. And if we could add another piece to the lineup, like a Todd Frazier, that'd be very, very good. And I think that we'll be on our way. We can compete.
That would be solid. I agree. Down the street over to the New York Mets. What's the buzz going on around there? I mean, they can't get out of their own way.
The Mets are just going to be the Mets, man. It's to be expected to see that the Mets, have a lot of promise when April and May rolls around and somebody's going to get hurt and then some off-the-field nonsense happens, and then here we go. Again, this is just another lost season, unless the Mets are going to decide that they're going to be, competitors at the end. But no, again, we're talking about the trade deadline, Chris. The Mets might be sellers. Okay, they might be able to get a DeGrom off to get something back right now, because the Mets can't really worry about trying to catch Washington right now. They're in Washington's rearview mirror. So if they're going to make some noise, I'm sorry.
I said everybody is. There's a double-digit lead in the division. The next second place Atlanta Braves. Second place Atlanta. Go ahead.
That experiment with those pitchers, man, is starting not to pan out. About Harvey and Syndergaard and DeGrom. You start to hear these guys break it down, so they might be able to be, get some trade bait to bring something back. But as far as with the Mets are concerned, man, I think that, again, another lost season. I really can't say nothing too much about them.
I mean, there's 7 games under 500, 13 and a half games out of first place, and only a half game ahead of the Miami Marlins. So, I mean, you can run around. I mean, you can run around Queens all day long and say you're in 3rd place, but I mean, look at the numbers. It's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, in a little while they'll be trying to talk about the wild card in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's why you can't really, you know what I mean, Chris? I'm just joking with my man Chris Meadow, man. I mean, for real. I mean, the wild card saves a lot of people from a lot of early embarrassment, man. But even though the Mets are 9.5 games back in the wild card, so it's going to be an uphill battle for them cats, man. You know what I mean? So again, they have to think, hey, the teams that they got in front of them, like the Pirates, the Cardinals, Atlanta, the Chicago Cubs, what happened to them? You know what I mean? And if they get hot, it's going to be story over. So, it is what it is.
It's going to be interesting to see. What they do towards the trade deadline. Because I think teams that are this far out of it become sellers more than buyers, like the Yankees last year.
Right.
No doubt. So we're right on the verge of the NFL season starting with the practice and all the preseason games and all the fantasy. I mean, what's the buzz up there with like what's going on? The biggest headline so far is what's going on with Kirk Cousins.
I mean, you know what though, Chris, man? I just think that that's something to give people something to talk about and debate, which is all good. But I'm not really one of those that say Kirk Cousins is one of these, players that's going to really, make that much of a difference with your team. I mean, he still has to show me that. You know what I mean? Because he's done some things, but what has he really done to say, okay, he's the man now, he's a franchise player, and blah, 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 knock it off. Because I think once you give him that money, things are going to go south, and then we're going to really see what's really going on. So I think the Washington Redskins are being, prudent. They don't want to rush to get this dude all this money. But then again, they know what he's done. So again, I'm not really seeing Kirk Cousins as being one of the dudes that really talk about, unless he really has a great season this year. 40 touchdown passes, 10 interceptions, go deep into the playoffs, and then you can make some noise about what he's going to do in 2018. As far as this year, let him play this year out, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not mad at Daniel Snyder. I'm not mad at him. Let him play this year out.
I mean, it comes down to a numbers game, what he's worth, what they're going to pay him, and what he's going to do on the field. That's the biggest thing.
Right, that's right.
I think the bigger problem is keeping him on his feet. That offensive line is, average at best.
Indeed, that's right. And again, if you're going to give Kirk Cousins all this money, how you going to pay the offensive line? The guys are supposed to protect them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So again, that's what that is with that. But again, at the end of the day, man, you got to. What if Kirk Cousins signs the deal and then he blows his knee out, or he has a bad season. Then what? Now you want to hook for all this money, and when they told you, you should no, wait it out. If he has a good season this year, then go into your pockets, because then he's gonna make you go into your pocket. You're gonna have to. So I'd rather, if I'm Daniel Snyder, I'll wait it out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens down the road. They're going to start talking about it pretty soon, I'm sure. But really quickly, I want to switch gears and hit a sport we never really talk about, and that's tennis. We just got over the Wimbledon championship over the weekend, and Federer was flawless and a big upset against Venus Williams.
Well, I mean, you know what? As far as Roger Federer is concerned, man, 8 Wimbledon titles, man. Because back in the day, we used to talk about Bjorn Borg and Jimmy Connors and Elise Dasty and Don McEnroe and all these guys.
Yep.
I mean, now, this new generation that has their dudes. They got the Roger Federers, they got the Novak Djokovic and all that. And Roger Federer went back to being Roger Federer, man.
He looks solid. He really did.
Right.
Okay, Mayor, really quickly, why don't you tell me about your clothing line and your website?
Oh, man, we running over time. My bad. Listen, man, tonight, what about that game? California Radio, 8 to 9 p.m., 323-870-3950. Tomorrow night, after further review 2.0, a.k.a. the Sideline Pass, live and direct on the Action VR Network, 954-246-0398. What up, Drew? What up, Shabazz? I'm going to talk to you next week. I'm out. Peace.
All right, thank you, Mayor.
Later, Mayor.
And what the mayor failed to mention, because he's so humble, this clothing that he promoted last week on our show. So we're going to give him a shout out right now for Sneakerhead NYC. That's SNKRHEAD NYC.com. So check that out. Remember, you can use the promo code LEFTY to get a special discount. That's only for our fans out there. So yeah. So check him out, and let's get back to more sports with Chris and Drew. What do you guys got?
Sup.
Oh,
Lou, wait, I have to say, while you were talking to the mayor, I don't think you noticed Chris. Lou's over there shaking his head to everything. He totally agrees with the mayor. It's really cute.
No, I mean, he has a lot to say, and he knows all these things. He's very knowledgeable about all these different sports and his take on things, and his clothing line is rather impressive too.
Mm-hmm.
We were checking it out in great detail last week, and the more we can plug that, and the more it's going to grow for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I love when he calls. I mean, that's just a great segment.
Yeah, he's a very fun individual, great personality. I'm sure
Very
hanging out with
alive.
him is he's probably fun, but afterwards you're like, yeah.
Trained.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to reach that level.
Yeah.
More
energy than I
he
have.
brings it every week. No matter what's going on, he'll bring it.
Get a sports drink.
Sticking with sports, really quickly, I just want to
Yes.
hit this, and then we'll go on to the Marlins.
Okay.
Celtics signed Paul Pierce so he can officially retire with the team.
Is this breaking news?
No, but it
okay.
just happened now. So I mean, this is now trending.
Oh.
And this is a sports segment.
Yes.
And I'm a huge Paul Pierce fan from the old days, and I grew up a Celtics fan.
Mhm.
I think this is massive because if you're going to retire, you retire with the last team that you were with, and that was the LA Clippers.
Aha.
And he didn't spend enough time there. He kind of just went because of their coach, Doc Rivers, former Celtic, and things like that. So this for the New England area, this is massive. And I met him a few years ago where I worked, and he treated me like he knew me for years. With respect. We talked about hockey, of all sports. We talked hockey. So he loves it, but he can't catch it a lot on the road. But he's a huge fan. He loved the Bruins for all his time in Boston. Fans love him. He's a class act. He's a really cool guy. He's not a thug basketball player. There was never a bad headline with Paul Pierce.
That's good. It's hard to find these days.
Absolutely.
All right. What else you got?
Well, as we always highlight the Marlins, and we're starting the second half here, and there's 7.5 games out of under 500.
Ooh.
7 games under.
I wanted to, just if we could step back a moment to the All-Star game.
Sure.
The Derby, you were telling
8
Mayor
games.
there. Your full thoughts on the Derby? Did you like it? You didn't like it the way it went?
I knew we called Stanton out in the first round. I knew that was going to happen. He was going to succumb to the hometown pressure. And I think that a lot of the success in the home run derby is the guy throwing the ball at you. You
Well,
know,
it's usually your coach, isn't it, or someone that you pick?
You can choose.
Cody Bellinger had his father,
Yeah.
Clay Bellinger,
Yeah.
pitch to him
Right.
because that
Yeah,
was for
it's-
them. He just said, "This is just like the backyard, bro. Just
Yeah.
here we go."
I thought that was nice.
And he did well, and it was
He
heartwarming
did very
because
well.
Clay Bellinger played for the Yankees. I'm a huge Yankee fan. I remember when he played for them. He played along with Jeter and those guys, you know. And it was exciting to see him. I wasn't there, but I was watching the TV. It was great to see him and great to see his kid because his kid bats exactly like him. And if his kid stays healthy, he's going to be great. He's a rookie.
He was
You
great.
know,
He was
solid.
Well, and I was surprised Clay Bellinger works at a fire station now.
You know, you jump careers
knew
like that.
that.
That's just
Well,
massive.
that's probably because it's near his house, his home.
But that's cool. I think that's really cool that he is able to have two different careers and one is helping people
Yeah.
now, you know. That's
and
cool.
he's MLB, you know, ambassador. He's an alumni for the Yankees. You know, he's well received everywhere he goes. Class act, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had a feeling Stanton wouldn't make it that far, only because you know he's probably tapped out. And then I didn't think Judge would get that far. I'll be honest, I've never really watched him play, but that guy has a sick swing. He's got a sick.
Now you know what all the hype is about.
He got, he got
it's
robbed of a home run by about a 1.5 feet last night.
sick.
He hit
swing.
it to the absolute deepest part of Fenway Park in that Devil's Triangle that they call it. Anywhere else, any other stadium, that's a home
It's
run.
out.
Yeah.
And the center fielder, it was Mookie Betts, I believe, jumped up and the glove just went right under the ball and cradled it.
Spot.
It was perfect. And you got to hand it to him. It was the Red Sox night. David Price was on, and that would have been a 2-run home run and an otherwise flawless evening. You know, he shut everybody down.
But the kid has a very good swing, and it's very fluid.
He's solid, man, and he's gonna go a long way. Because
Yeah.
when he hits the ball, it goes, it moves, and it doesn't stop.
But you know how some people when they hit the ball, it's like you see the effort in them doing the swing. You know what I mean? You see them like you can almost hear the grunt as they're trying to swing the bat. Him, it's just like paper.
Well, I mean, he's a beast as well. You know, he stands 6'6" or 6'8",
huge.
something like that.
What's his position?
200, right field.
He's have an arm.
No, he's got a cannon.
And he can rob those home runs.
He
too,
makes
being so
diving
tall.
catches. He makes jumping catches at the wall. He stays healthy. He's going to be a force. He's going to be the next great Yankee.
I cannot remember in the last. I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong. In the last bunch of home run derbies, obviously the way they do it now is a lot different. But I don't remember anyone hitting more than 20 in each segment.
Because this is a time limit now.
Yeah.
Before you had 10 outs.
They had the out
Which
system.
anything that didn't go out was an out.
Yeah.
And once you hit 10, you either have one home run or you have 30. But this is 4 minutes with a timeout, and you get bonus time
if you go over
if
4
you get a certain number of home runs. So they
Well, his
changed
third
it.
swing,
They
he already
changed it
had
to
the
make.
bonus time.
But they changed it to make it more competitive because guys like Stanton were going out after only hitting one.
Yeah.
You know, the 10 outs. Because when you're doing batting practice, not everything goes over the fence.
Mhm.
And batting practice is exactly like the home run derby.
Yeah.
Except without the time limit, everybody watching and just people.
Without the competition.
Exactly.
So I think Stanton made a game of it at the end. He was trying to make those last two, but I think he was still too
You get
short.
tired at that point, getting winded.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you have to catch up. And the higher you hit them and the further out you hit them, the longer they take to come down. And
Yeah.
that time's ticking away. And you
true.
can't throw the next pitch until that ball
Until it lands.
makes contact with something.
Yeah.
So he's at a disadvantage, and then he has to have everything go over the fence.
Mm-hmm.
And it is what it is. But I can't say he did badly. I can just say the people he went against did better. I
agree.
believe he went against Gary Sanchez, and Gary Sanchez tore him up.
And then Justin Bohr didn't do bad. I mean, I
He
picked
did
him to
great
win it.
too. He did great, and he's a lefty, and they were just sailing over right field and out into the upper deck and the middle deck. So he's another one. He's got to stay healthy, and he's got to keep hitting on the hit parade for the Marlins.
Thoroughly enjoyed that derby.
It was one of the better ones, believe me,
Yeah.
It was
because I
fun.
remember the last great one was at Yankee Stadium with Josh Hamilton.
I was there.
Mm.
And I think we all called Aaron Judge to be the MVP of the All-Star game.
That was-
but did
Well, it
anybody
wasn't-
suspect Robbie Cano?
It wasn't. Maybe a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of years ago, but this wasn't a hitting All-Star game.
I think he got it solely because it came to an end, and people were probably bored by that point. They gave it to him, so it could.
Well, it
he
depends.
made
If
it
you-
go away.
If you like offensive shows, you're gonna be bored. If you like a defensive show, which I do,
I mean, look
I
at
get a kick
All-Star
out of
games.
that.
Look at them historically. They're exhibition.
All of
They
them,
they
yeah.
count for nothing.
All of them.
Major League Baseball, they used to count for something, but then they realized how dumb that was.
Do you think that was dumb?
Absolutely.
I feel like kind of like
I thought it was worth it.
I thought it was worth it. It gave it some sort of purpose.
NFL has it right, and I hate Roger Goodell. NFL has it right. It alternates every year. One team's a home team, the other team's the conference. One conference to the other.
Now, how do they decide who has home field advantage for the
Best
World
record
Series?
going in?
Yeah,
Best record going in, and I think it's
don't
best regular season record. I'm not sure if they count the playoffs,
I think you're right.
but it's better in a sense that games that don't matter shouldn't have any implications on anything. Like, look, there's no defense in the hockey All-Star games, so those scores are 15-13. There's no defense. There's no check-in. There's no offside. There's nothing. It's just a show for the fans. Basketball All-Star game, again, just another pickup game. Nothing attached to it. This should have nothing attached to it either. This should be for the fans and highlight the best players who go out and do the best job. And if the mission this year, the commissioner Rob Manfred, he said the goal of this was to get more kids on the field and get more kids to be playing baseball. So by showcasing your best players, they made it very exciting this year from a pitching standpoint. But ultimately, for a game to go that long and have no ramifications whatsoever, I just think it's redundant. And that's why Robbie Cano got it, because he brought an end to it.
And he took the Corvette.
Yeah. Good for him. Not bad for hitting a home run.
Oh goodness, yeah, that's a pretty good payoff for hitting one home run. All in a day's work.
In addition to the game check he collected.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, one more thing, Christopher.
Christopher.
Okay,
sorry.
Andrew.
Wow.
Popped out. Sorry.
Boy, did it.
That was you said. The Mayweather and McGregor crap. And I'm sorry, I have to call it crap.
Oh, you hit it. You nail on the head.
Okay, this is beginning ridiculous.
This is organized WWE, my friend.
Yeah,
you
get the same feeling.
Vince McMahon probably wrote this whole thing.
It's totally ridiculous. It's getting to a point where they're just screaming at each other. Stupid mess.
This is entirely.
And I've totally decided not to watch this thing on purpose.
You think it's staged at this point?
It's absolutely staged.
This is a money program.
This is WWE.
This is just for money.
This is going to be $100 a pop, and all the suckers are going to go and buy it.
Yep.
It's going to be over. They're going to stretch it to 2 or 3 rounds because this is what they're going to come up with between the two of them.
We have a shout out from Lou. Oh, turn his mic on, please.
I don't want to turn my mic on.
You on?
He turned off my stuff.
Nope. No.
You got to pot him up too.
He's up. It's there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Lou.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Lou.
Go for it.
First one for Mike.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay $100 for this, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Someone else is going to pay for it. We're just going to go to their house.
We don't want to know if it's illegal.
No, she's going to go to somebody's
bar,
house. She's going to bring a case of Bud Light, and the party's on at that
He's
point.
gonna have one drink and it's over.
Maybe some wings.
Will they show this at bars?
Yes, and they should charge $5 a head to get it.
Oh, all right.
Why not? Have the patrons pay for it.
Some of their money.
Or for a drink special if it goes longer than 2 rounds.
All right.
Yeah.
Get a promotion to drag people in. That would be the smart thing to do. But this is a spectacle. And the suckers are going to buy into it. And the suckers are what's going to pay both of them because each of them are going to collect a massive paycheck, win or lose.
Yeah.
So they're going to drag it out they're going to stretch it out 3 or 4 rounds because
3 or 4. They won't go further than 3 or 4.
No,
I don't think
and McGregor.
I think they might stretch it out just because
Mayweather's doing it so he can pay his taxes. That's it.
All right. Well, before we go to break, we have Lou is going to tell us about the WAG Awards happening this Saturday live at 8 p.m. Go for it.
About the WAG.
Yes, we have the WAG Awards hosted by Adrian Doodliness Marquez. He's gonna be hosting a show. It's anti-Oscars, anti-everything of those awards, silly award shows out there. This is about what young people like best fighting movie, best superhero movie, fighting scene, best hero,
some of the
best
actual
villain. These
categories?
These are some of the categories.
All right.
Then we have best video games, worst video games. So these are categories that people actually want to listen to. Like best fight scene. Even because this is all part of the WAG Awards is part of a group page that they used to have called We Are Group, but it was too long.
That's what my next question was what does WAG stand for? It stands for We Are Group Awards.
So it became the WAG Awards. It's a page, it's a Facebook page that now is called Fan Freaks. So if you want to go on Facebook, you look for Fan Freaks, you'll see them there. They love talking about what's in the world of comic books, to the comic books, not just like saying, "Oh, I like the Marvel movies." No, the actual comic books. These guys collect the comic books, the DC, the Marvel. They know all the history. They know all the canons. So they talk about this stuff on that page. So this is coming out of there where their followers voted on the best hero, best villain, best fight scene. So yeah, this is the kind of award show that we're going to have here on 24/7. The second one, we have the first one up. We have it up on our YouTube 24/7 page. We have it up there already, so you can see the different categories we had before. And we might have somebody interrupting the show. I'm just saying.
Sounds like we're not going to do a spoiler here.
So there's going to be something.
Spoiler,
or maybe nothing. Ooh,
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Did I just throw it off right now? Something or maybe nothing happening during the WAG Awards.
Yeah, I'm McGregor. Try to tell us that.
So wait, if people want to join this festivity live, can they?
Yes, I'll be sharing it on. We're broadcasting it from the Fan Freaks page, and then also sharing it on 24/7 Miami on our Facebook page. You can watch it live there. I'll also be sharing on my own page. But yeah, mostly you can go to our Facebook, facebook.com/247 Miami, and you will see live. As some are watching right now trending also on the 24/7 Miami page. So yeah,
awesome.
you can watch that there, and it'll be a fun night. It'll be a fun night of talking about comic books, and like a real, because all they see is Oscars. They're talking about best cinematography, best come on, something who nobody watches. They're art movies.
Some people's parents are proud of them for their achievements.
Yes,
and without them, do we have a show to watch?
I'm very proud for them for having that. But
what about the gaffer and the
best boy grip?
Best boy grip. What about those guys? All right.
For sure.
Yes, it's rough in Hollywood to be the best gaffer.
They deserve recognition.
And Dolly Grip. Can we get some
love for them?
Yes.
What is this?
How about catering, huh? How about the catering truck? You get a job too. The assistant director. Yes. Okay, fine. That's the second Oscar show that nobody watches. Everyone watches it for.
They
the
don't
best
televise.
movie.
That's why
they don't televise that one. No.
That's
nobody watches it
crafty
also.
services.
I think it's both.
That's
nobody
the one
televises or watches it. I think it's both.
Well, you can't watch it if you can't televise it.
Cool. Well, be sure to catch that this Saturday at 8 p.m. And we are going to head to a break, but we will be right back to talk about some tasty fashion and other fun things going on. Stay with us.
Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear words they're saying.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like Simple Jack and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv.
We talk about sports
And other things.
like what? W eating chips. I can't put these chips down. 247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from
4 to 6
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
It's now trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Siobhan, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day, by day,
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
Out trending every Monday from
4 to 6
on 247miami.tv.
This is Chris Metal here for Now Trending, coolest show on 247miami.tv. Join us every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Joey Canizero, your host, Drew Dawkins, Siobhan, and Chris Metal. Every Monday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern on 247miami.tv.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
Topping the box office this weekend, number 3.
Bueno. Piñuf. Bueno. Piñuf. Bueno. Piñuf. No hay piñuf.
Despicable Me 3, with 18.9 million and 187 million overall. Number 2.
I'm sick of Mr. Stark treating me like a kid. But you are a kid. Yeah, a kid who can stop a bus with his bare hands.
Spider-Man Homecoming, with 45.2 million and 208 million overall. And number 1.
We are not savages. Apes fight only to survive.
War for the Planet of the Apes, with 56.5 million. Opening this week.
The enemy tanks have stopped.
Why?
Why waste precious tanks when they can pick us off from the air like fish in a barrel?
Dunkirk. Allied soldiers from Belgium, the British Empire, and France are surrounded by the German army and evacuated during a fierce battle in World War II. Starring Fionn Whitehead and Tom Hardy.
Welcome to Alpha, the city of 1,000 planets, where for hundreds of years, every species has shared their knowledge and their intelligence with each other. It's paradise.
Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. A dark force threatens Alpha, a vast metropolis and home to species from 1,000 planets. Special operatives Valerian and Laureline must race to identify the marauding menace and safeguard not just Alpha, but the future of the universe. Starring Dane DeHaan, Clive Owen, and Rihanna.
If you are going to come along with us, please refrain from saying things like preach or go girl or any other colloquialisms that you may have looked up on Urban Dictionary.
Girls Trip. When 4 lifelong friends travel to New Orleans for the annual Essence Festival, sisterhoods are rekindled, wild sides are rediscovered, and there's enough dancing, drinking, brawling, and romancing to make the Big Easy blush. Starring Regina Hall, Queen Latifah, and Jada Pinkett Smith. This is such planky music.
I don't want to get sued. It's very calming. It's calming music to your soul.
All right, so I take it none of you guys saw Planet of the Apes. Nope.
War for the Planet of the Apes.
Exactly.
Terrible title.
So we have no movie review, but Drew did want to talk to us about something else. So take it away, Drew.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, coming this July 27th, we'll be at the Fort Lauderdale Convention Center. Your Florida SuperCon. Florida SuperCon. Look at the paper.
SuperCon, Florida.
Yes, so you have all stars from television, anime, and all other things showing up there for autographs, signatures, and questionnaires, and so on and so forth. They also have a dealer's floor where a lot of things you want you can find there, literally.
Dealers of what? It's Fort Lauderdale.
That depends on what you're looking for.
Whoa.
So there you are. But if
You
it's
did not hear that from us.
no, I'm just telling you. But they have
Please
everything.
stand clear of the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have everything there. I mean, I've looked for old videos and they've got them. So
Voltron.
Yes.
Version 1.
Yes.
So is this like for?
now Lou's gonna go.
Yeah, Lou's excited. Is this for like fanboys and girls?
Yes, actually it is. It's definitely for those
Out of
of
my
those
league.
heart.
I'm a huge Star Trek fan, so I could see myself at this event.
Okay.
Yeah, they have clubs there that come and they recruit members out there. And
I don't need to be
Yes,
recruited in
I don't
some
see Chris
clubs.
in
No.
a club.
I'm at the age where
Come on, you can join a club.
I'm
Come on.
the club. Most people throw a party. I am the party kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I don't need no clubs. But
genre are you?
I mean, it's a unique sort of following for all this science fiction and fantasy.
Yes.
and all sorts of things like that.
Yeah.
And they incorporate it under one giant umbrella, which is fine because it's all imagination in the end.
Yes.
Because all this stuff was made on a set somewhere. But our imagination takes us to different parts of the cosmos. And even when I talk about my show, I always say everybody out there in the cosmos, because it's on the internet, satellite radio, so it goes around the world, and who knows where else these satellites transmit, and who knows who's listening to my show on whatever planet every Saturday night.
Because Now Trending is the #1 show on Earth.
Yes, it is.
And mine's the
And
number
that
one.
is real
Mine's the
news.
number one metal
It's
show in the
number one
cosmos.
thank you, in the cosmos.
In the cosmos.
It sounds better. It sounds
I like that.
bigger.
It is bigger.
Bigger.
Greater.
So tell us again, when and where can we catch
Yes,
this?
it'll be July 27th through July 30th. The doors open 10:30 ish in the morning till 1-2 o'clock at night, even longer. It depends on what's going on. They have everything from gaming shows to interviewing shows. I even did a Q&A once at a relative convention. They have costume contests.
I got a story about this.
Take it away, Lou.
Somebody you met.
Where is this located?
This is located at the Fort Lauderdale Convention Center. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale.
Greater Fort
Fort
Lauderdale. Greater
Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale Convention Center.
So, story I got
Tell
on
us
this
your
is,
story.
You can check them out at
Slow down there.
I know, I'm so excited. www.floridasupercon.com.
Okay,
Thank you,
and go for it, Lou.
Now,
What do you
story I
got?
got on this quickly. Every year we usually send somebody over to cover these events, like the Florida SuperCon or the other ones that are local conventions, comic book conventions. And a few years ago, I sent the host now of Cannon Fire, Adrian Dooliness, and his co-host Darth. I don't know. Anyway,
Darth Plagueis. Go ahead.
He has Darth Cardo. That's his name. Anyway, so we sent them over there. I know. So we sent them over there to cover this event, and I said, "Hey guys, the first day, try to get some interviews with some folks and stuff, and then you can be there for about an hour or 2 hours, whatever, and you can leave if you want to." No, we love this stuff. We love this stuff. Oh my God. They had the footage. They sent me the footage. When later on I see the footage, they were everywhere. They were inside. They would have Dungeons and Dragons games where I know people that go into those rooms. They're separate. The convention is in the bottom where they have like special guest presentations with famous celebrities that come up and talk.
and selfies and pictures. Yes.
So I sat next to the kid I sat next to the dad of the kid who does the voice for Steven Universe.
Oh, he's going to be there too.
Rubbing shoulders there.
Yes. So we're there. I mean, I've been other years. They're there. And those conventions, you have the bottom floor where they sell all the products that people want to buy from all the different vendors, dealers, and all that stuff. Posters, homemade posters.
It's one of a kind stuff. You really can't get it anywhere else. Some of the stuff.
And people walking around dressed up like their favorite superheroes and
great,
villains and everything.
all over the
and they do contests for those costumes.
And they do cosplay contests as well. Then now you have the rooms upstairs, which sounds kind of like really a little bit suspicious.
Hey man, it's a strange cosmos, man.
But in those rooms upstairs, they have the Dungeons and Dragons gameplay.
Yes.
Or one of our other hosts that we had there, I was told he spent about 6 hours in there playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm not surprised.
Oh my goodness.
And that's it. I mean, like
you understand that room will go all night.
Oh yeah, they will
all night.
And then
they have to kick them out.
I'm sure
there's
do.
a band called 8-Bit also that also plays 8-Bit music. We were
Those are
talking about
8-bit
this
music.
earlier. So these are all like video game. No, there's also rooms for video games, just video games.
Yes, exactly.
Video game tournaments.
Yes.
There's a comedy show that I've seen, and
excuse him.
Pardon me. Now, here's a crazy one. At night, all the kiddies, little kids, the 10-year-olds, 5-year-olds, the 13-year-olds can go home. Okay, bye. Get out. Get
all
out,
the under 18-year-olds you're talking.
Under 18. Okay, step out. The place is closed. Go away. Now, you 18-year-old fans, geeks, we have a club for you.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
They have a club, and it gets crazy in there, and it's a lot of partying of people who are like-minded and
Inebriated.
liking and like that
Minded.
love comic books. So
Yes.
yeah, that's like another whole universe, especially, and this is the biggest one, the Florida SuperCon.
Yes, this is normally at the Miami Beach Convention Center, but because of they're
Remodeling.
redoing their modeling, and they also had something that just happened there on the 4th of July. What was it?
I don't know,
They
but
had a big show there, and that kind of
the
pushed-
All-Star
Yeah,
Fan
that's what
Fest
it
was
was.
there.
Fan Fest was
exactly.
there.
So that pushed them out to being here.
But I like it because over there is like 2 stories. It's like 3 stories. The Florida Convention Center.
It's pretty huge. It's pretty huge.
Well, that's
So-
good because you don't want to have Miami hosting back-to-back massive events. That's going to bring international travel.
Send them up north.
Or just national travel in itself. Give it to Fort Lauderdale. Spread that.
Yep.
That tourism.
check out.
It's going to be
Lou, I
massive.
think you should. Lou, I think you should buy us tickets to go. How about you?
This is going to be a huge weekend.
Let me tell you who's going to be
You
there.
know?
Let me tell you who's going to be there. I'm glad you asked. Peter Capalito, whatever, I can't remember his name.
Well, why do you want to talk about?
Yeah, talk about things you can pronounce.
Perfect then. All right, fine.
You can't say Peter Capaldi
No, I can't. I'm sorry. It's against
from
my
Doctor Who.
Doctor
Really?
Who. There you go.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Why don't you let me do it?
I don't know.
Why don't you let me read the brochure?
Fine.
All right,
Because
all
the
right.
names changes on the brochure. Here, one guest.
Okay.
One guest. Lee Majors is there.
Okay,
Excellent.
that's worth the price
Whoa.
of admission right
Lee
there.
Majors, that's it.
And LeVar Burton from Star Trek: The Next
Yes.
Generation is going to be
Yes.
there.
Yes.
I
Ralph
go
Macchio's
see him.
gonna
He's
be
one
there.
of my favorites.
So if you want the Eternal Youth, Ralph Macchio will be there. He'll tell you how he gets
So that
to
Nice.
true.
my
Yes.
my adoration for
Daryl
LeVar
DMC
Burton
will be there.
goes all the way back to Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty bright.
And oh yeah,
A bunch of wrestlers are going to be there. Ric Flair, Lita's going to be there. Mick Foley.
Okay,
have a nice day.
we're moving on. With that said,
Thank you,
sorry,
Drew.
sorry,
That's good.
fanboys, we're
If-
shutting the door.
If they're more popular, they would be on the top of the list.
FloridaSuperCon.com. Go.
Okay.
See it. Look at it.
So here is some weird news for you. In the past few months, there have been some interesting crashes on highways. On July 5th, a truck in Georgia spilled thousands of gallons of raw chicken bits all over the interstate. I'm sure that smelled amazing. Earlier last week, hundreds of pounds of frozen cheese melted in a truck fire on Highway 680 near Fremont, California. But the top goes to Oregon last week.
Oh,
when
I want to be sick.
have you seen this? Yes,
Yes.
this is something to add to my list of nightmares here.
Oh no.
This is horrible. It looked bad.
Yeah, a truck carrying eels
That's it?
notified us.
No. It gets better.
Yeah, the Oregon State Police Department responded to a crash last Thursday on Highway 101.
Turn your mic off.
Basically, the Depoe Bay Fire District tweeted out Highway 101 MP. I don't know what that is. 131. Oh, my marker milepost. 131 just got slimed. Fortunately, no injuries. This story really doesn't do justice unless you see the pictures. But thousands of eels. Have you seen this, Chris? Look. All over
When eels
the
get-
highway
when eels
and
get
in people's
stressed,
cars.
When they get stressed, they emit this like slime.
Yes.
So you're talking about thousands of eels emitting this slime. It is all over the highway. The
Ugh.
car that got hit, it's all over the car.
It's
that got hit.
inside the car.
It's inside the car.
Eels.
It's on the
Oh,
truck tire.
God.
The fire department showed up. It's on their
Oh,
car.
are they all deceased?
I don't
No.
know. I don't think
Because
so.
they're sea animals or land or water animals rather than land, are they
Nope.
not?
Well,
Or
they
eels,
didn't
they
all
could eat 'em.
die. Like they were moving. You could see pretty clearly in these videos. It's just
it's nasty.
this is like one of my like I didn't even know this was a fear of mine, and they just brought this to the surface.
Drew, the eels would look at you and swim away.
No, but where are they going to go? They're on land in
They would
shallow
walk
water.
away then.
No,
Dude, it is nasty.
and it was so slimy, and
Oh.
I'm sure it smelled just atrocious. So.
Okay, so you have to call an environmental agency of some type to come in and clear this up, right?
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah, let's move on. So, British photographer David Slater had to hand over his camera. Well, he didn't have to, but in 2011 he handed over his camera to a crested black macaque, which is a type of monkey. He probably didn't think he'd be on the receiving end of a lawsuit from said monkey. The macaque took 2 selfies with Slater's camera after he spent a long time teaching them to be interested enough in his equipment to take pictures of themselves. The images went viral and regularly appear on social media in blog posts and in memes. However, As fun as the photos are, they have more or less ruined Slater's life. He is now basically broke after being dragged through the courts for more than 5 years and wants to give up photography forever. Poor guy. The legal dispute began in 2012 when Wikimedia Commons uploaded Slater's photos as royalty-free images. Slater requested the website either pay for those photos or remove them. Wikimedia Commons refused. The site said Slater owned no copyright due to the monkey pressing the shutter itself. Never mind, it's a monkey, and it's this human's camera. He says he made about 2,000 pounds, British pounds, in the first year after it was taken. After it went on Wikimedia, all interest in buying it went away. It's hard to put a figure on it, but I reckon I've lost 10,000 British pounds or more in income, and it's killing my business. To make matters worse, animal rights activist PETA also got involved in 2015 and said all proceeds from the photo should benefit the monkey. A court in San Francisco disagreed in 2016 and ruled in Slater's favor that copyright protection could not be applied to the animal. However, this meant that there was legally no copyright license on the photographs at all, and the pictures remain in the public domain. This still wasn't enough for PETA, which challenged the ruling last year, saying that the monkey, which they named Naruto, was the author of the works in every practical sense. The group appealed to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which heard oral arguments last week. So, has PETA gone too far?
Yes.
They always go too far.
Yes, I know that's a, a question we already knew the answer to.
Okay, here's my opinion on this.
Yes.
The rights belong to the photographer.
Why do you say this?
Because animals and children cannot enter legal contracts, so therefore he didn't sign it, so it belongs to the guy who owns it for it.
And the monkey didn't buy the camera either.
There you go.
And it's a monkey. Come on.
And if you wanted to give him the rights, fine. Then let the photographer charge him for using his camera.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna do it.
But for PETA to get involved and make this a bigger story than it is just a signature move for them.
Yeah.
They take everything too extreme. I disagree with them. Everybody's entitled to their opinions and their causes, but I think they go about it in the not the worst way, but they could definitely do things better. And they're not.
I feel really bad for this photographer guy, you know, just to be, I mean, it seemed probably at the moment seemed like a very harmless, fun thing to do, to hand your camera to a monkey. And I'm sure he never in a million years thought it would lead to this.
That's like handing a baby a tablet.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. It's something new. He's going to play with it, move it around, touch it, push some buttons, or try to eat it, you know. But I mean, again, just back off. You know, go after somebody else, or just leave everybody alone. How about that?
Yes.
You can't do that.
No.
All right. So one of Norway's quirkiest and best loved natural monuments, which, by the way, is a phallic rock formation, has been brought back to life following its destruction last month, thanks to a huge crowdfunding effort that sought donations from the public. The Trollpicken rock, which translates to troll penis in English, had stood proud in Igersund before it was vandalized. Yes, sir.
Do you want to? Let's start over again.
This is the picture.
Yeah, I got it here. Let's start over again.
Yes.
Start from the beginning.
I heard this story.
Yes.
This is great.
Go ahead.
What's your question?
No question. I just want to make sure
the rock get soft. What?
I just want to make sure.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay.
So the troll.
Playing very white music.
The troll penis, which is located in Norway, has been steadily growing a fan base over the past few years.
growing.
The ancient 12-meter high landmark has stood to attention. Yes, there's a lot of entendre in here. At the same spot since the last ice age, and has in recent years become somewhat of a social media star due to its unique shape. However, last month the rock was discovered lying damaged by a passing jogger who noticed drill marks at the base of the formation. An investigation led locals to believe that vandals had used power tools to fall the rock from its natural location. Following the news, activists set up a crowdfunding campaign to raise enough money for the rock to be fixed back in its rightful place. Nearly 34,000, well, more than 34,000 US dollars was raised from over 1,200 donors from all over the world over 3 weeks ahead of the campaign schedule. So apparently people took a real interest in this.
I know who did it.
You know who did it?
I know who did it.
Who?
PETA.
Oh, jeez. So you'll be happy to know that the crowdfunding campaign was a success, and the rock has been restored to its full glory.
Well,
Yes.
Full upright glory.
Yes, pretty much exactly.
So they
Yes.
turn it from a boy rock to a girl rock, and then put it back to a boy.
Yes. So I think, vandalizing nature for any, like, whether it's phallic shaped or not is just not right.
No, that's pushing your opinions on other people.
Yeah. And
Something I'm not a fan of. I mean, I would be happy to speak my opinion about anything and everything, but I'm not trying to convince anybody at all.
But what's the purpose?
I don't know. I think they were just being vandals. I don't think they were trying to make a point on vandalizing it.
People are always trying to make a statement through actions. So it
Yeah.
could be,
It
some
could have just been some
douchebag
jerky
and-
kids.
Could be.
So-
Could be some, some douchebag is outraged by it and thinks it's an eyesore to
It's offensive.
whomever. I mean, people find the Ten Commandments offensive.
But it's so funny.
Just turn away. Don't destroy it. Like the guy who destroyed
Yeah.
the monument down, I forget what state it was. But okay, so we understand your view. You're against it. So just go
Right.
destroy everything you don't believe in.
So if you're squeamish, you might want to turn away for a minute or two.
Worse than eels?
Worse than the eels?
Yeah, if
Tell me
you're,
if I'm ready.
yeah, this one kind of
Are
gets
you
me.
serious?
A 67-year-old woman scheduled for routine cataract surgery in November thought it was just dry eye and old age causing her discomfort.
Oh yeah.
This is what she told her surgeons. But doctors at Solihull Hospital in the UK found out was the real cause of her discomfort was much more concerning. 27 contact lenses stuck in the woman's right eye.
Are you serious? 27.
I don't know how that happens. I wear contacts. I don't know how this happens.
Wouldn't you feel one or two of them?
Yeah. Basically, the doctors are kind of dumbfounded. Like, this is something we've never seen before. But she.
Neither she.
Exactly.
I see what you did there.
One of the doctors said
I scream. We all scream.
he's seen patients who have one lens stuck, but never 27. The woman had been wearing monthly disposable contact lenses for 35 years, but it's unclear how long they had been gathering in her eye. Sometimes, she told the surgeons, when she would try to remove a contact from that eye, she couldn't find it. And she just figured it had dropped out somewhere and put in another contact lens.
Oh, well, I can't find
So
it. for
this
another
thing
one.
covered her whole eye?
I think, do you
Of
wear
these
contact
things?
lenses, Drew?
No.
Okay, so sometimes contact lenses will slide around in your eyeball and kind of go under the lid or behind your eyeball, and you can't find it. It's happened to me, but eventually,
Behind your eyeball?
yeah, eventually you kind of blink it to the surface and are able to blink it out and take it out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's. But when that happens, it's really uncomfortable.
It's gotta be burning or painful.
It feels like there's something in your eye. You can feel it. So for her to have one, let alone 27, I just don't. Anyway, I have friends who will not put contacts in because they don't want to touch their eye, and now here's a whole new reason why they won't do it. I'm sure. And finally, we talked about KFC launching the chicken zinger into space a few weeks ago. Well, oh, that was so exciting. KFC has now launched something else. They've launched their own merchandise line. You can visit it at kfclimited.com. They have, let me tell you, I pulled up the site. I'm looking at it right now. I would say more than half, a good percentage of everything on here is sold out. No joke. They have socks and pins and T-shirts and a fake string tie, like the Colonel wears. Sweatshirts. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. That, by the way, is retailing for $12. That is not sold out. So, Chris, you can rock it.
We should all rock it one day in here.
Yes.
Bring in food to eat and KFC bow ties.
One of my favorite things on here, which is sold out, is the pillowcase with the side profile of the Colonel. So in the corner, so you can lay your head right next to the Colonel.
Oh, nice.
They have chicken zinger space blankets, patches you can buy, photographs.
Patches?
Yeah,
We don't need no stinking patches.
I went to the site and I was really surprised to see that like almost everything is sold out. So if you want a pair of KFC socks, they're only available in tan. The red ones are sold out, but you can get a pair for $8. Yeah, what a deal. So would you guys wear any KFC merchandise?
No.
No, you would not get the pillowcase?
I just don't see
I'd wear
the
it.
relevance
Yeah.
of it.
I wear it on KFC day.
when it's KFC Day.
Oh, is that coming up soon?
I'm sure they will. They will have one before too long.
Space Chicken Day.
So yeah, if any of our listeners go out there and buy some KFC merchandise, we want to hear about it. We want to see you
Send us a
rocking these
photo.
shirts. You
Send us a
know,
photo of
tell
you
us all
rocking your
about it.
Like, I want to buy a beanie that has like the Colonel's wig.
They have no beanie yet, but
Oh.
I have a feeling now
They
that
have
you
KFC
mentioned it.
Is anything gonna smell like the chicken?
Let me tell you, the most expensive thing on here is the $20,000 Zinger meteorite, which cannot be real, but they claim it's a meteorite shaped in the form of a chicken zinger. $20,000, and it is sold out.
We should go online and try to buy it here on the show
Put it right
live.
in the- put it right in
With
the-
$20,000.
let's put a
With
the now
eBay.
trending budget that doesn't exist. We should
Okay.
try and purchase this.
All right, so that is that all we have to say about
Hey.
KFC? Yes.
That's tasty.
All right.
Finger licking.
It's finger licking good.
You know what?
Oh my god, that'll be a cool T-shirt.
None of their shirts say that.
No, it's okay.
Well, one of their shirts say "finger looking good," like under, like on the like
Do they have any
subtitle.
on the
but-
underwear?
Have any fingers pointing anywhere?
No.
Arrows down. No.
Anyway, so with that, we are out of time for today, and we will see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Have a good week.
Have a nice week. Sorry, I miss you.
Aww.
Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.